Hey Fuji. Hey Fuji. Hi guys. We're back. So I didn't get to upload yesterday with this crate training. I've just been so busy with work yesterday and today, so that's why I didn't get enough time to do the editing. I'm really happy with his training. Where are you going? No, you stay here. It's his first time being in the office or being upstairs in general, so that's why he's really excited. He wants to explore, but I don't trust him yet. You know, I've got cables running around my my table and a few things just lying around here, so he might get it. So that's why I'm not allowing him to get out yet. Hey, come on, this one. That's Finn's smell. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so with his crate training so far, I'm really happy. You know, he doesn't cry at night anymore, being left alone. So now we've decided to, you know, let Finn back in the living room to sleep down there. Also, you know, on times where he needs to go potty, the indication is he'll start, you know, walking towards the patio door in our garden, to our garden. That's the time when, yeah, he needs to go out, let him out. But also, you have to consider every 2-3 hours or every time they wake up after eating, you need to take them out just so they know that's where they potty and that's the time to potty. So yes, it's doing well so far. You'll see on some of the clips that you know, he doesn't really cry anymore at all. He goes straight back to the crate after I let him out at 3 AM. We go inside and he goes straight back to the crate and just goes back to sleep. He's really comfortable. He's used to the house now. That's why it's easier. I get, you know, a bit more sleep. The only problem with crate training is the start. You know, you have to go through that. If you want to crate train your puppy, not necessarily to crate them for life, it just helps with the house training. So that's why I do crate Fuji. Finn, as you can see, I don't have any other crates for Finn, mainly because he's fully house trained. He doesn't pee or do his thing in the house, doesn't chew on any of the furniture. You know, he knows that it's only these toys that he's allowed to break. Yeah, I know, we spend quite a lot on toys, but that's to be expected as well. Yeah, so, you know, it's still our routine now. We have to stick with our routine for the first few weeks, and with dogs, with puppies, want them acquainted with the routine, so you want, you know, a structure for them. So, you know, for us, no more meals after 8. It's for obvious reasons. Like, for example, if I give him his last meal at 8, that means he's still gonna poop around maybe 10, 12, so I'll still be up then. Bedtime wise, Fuji goes to sleep at 10. I'll wake him up at 12 again for his potty break before I go to bed. So, and then I set my alarms for 3 to 3:30 and then let him out. It's just to avoid, it's basically, you know, instead of waiting for him to cry, you should set that alarm and, you know, do it yourself. So let him out and then take him out for a potty break. Okay, and then after that he goes back straight to the crate. My next alarm is around 6 AM. You know, I'll let him out, I'll give him his breakfast, and then like plays for a little bit and then goes back to bed. All that is finished around 6:20, 6:30. Goes back to sleep again around 6:30. Same thing for Finn actually. And whenever this little guy is sleeping, he's sleeping as well. But yeah, so it gives me time, so around 6:30, it gives me time to walk Finn for an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. So around 7:30, Joanne leaves for work. So, you know, me and Finn get back from our walk. Yeah, so that's our structure around night time. For daytime, because I work essentially 9 till, you know, whatever time in the evening, it's quite difficult still. So I'm still having to adjust. So I have to work around my meetings and make sure I have a slot of 5 minutes to 10 minutes. So, you know, I make sure that if I have a meeting, I have time for my puppy to, for him to go out, to let him out, or to feed him, or to play with him. It doesn't take that long, so it doesn't need a full hour. At most, you'll need 30 minutes, you know, if we were to feed him. But most of the time, a good 15 minutes, he'll go back straight to sleep. It helps that Finn is around as well. So he keeps little Fuji occupied for times that I couldn't look after him. But yeah, so, you know, especially with lockdown, you need to spend time with your puppy. You know, you just don't leave them downstairs. So with my office, like I've got, well, we've got another table down there. So that's where I'm working during the day if Joanne goes to work. But yeah, it's working well. It's just adjusting to it and keeping up to the training, and, you know, ensuring that your puppy's you know, being trained as well. So next week I'm looking at the obedience training with him. So that's where where I'll introduce the reward-based training. So he's learned his name already. So if I say Fuji, Fuji, yeah, there you go, good boy. So he's used to his name now. The way I've done that is I associated his name with his meal. So I hand feed him, I call his name, I hand feed him. That's how he got used to it. So every time I say Fuji, it's still 50-50 because he's still working on it. He comes to me now. But yeah, he knows his name now. So that's the first, you know, one of the first things that you should do as well. So this is where we'll be introducing the sit, the down, the give, pull, spin. So just, you know, the easy ones first, and then, you know, maybe that later down the line, a few months after, that's when we start working on other training sessions. But for now, the focus is obedience. With dogs, you want them to listen to you or to wait for your commands. Next week as well, on my feeding times, because Fuji's really greedy. He wants the food as soon as I put it down. Same thing for Finn, actually, when he was a puppy. From now on, I'll start controlling that. So he has to sit, wait, and look at me before I allow him to do that. So that command will be associated with an okay or good boy. So that means you can eat. He's sort of doing it now. I just need to work on that training so he's used to it. Finn does it really well, where he waits and his face will be, his eyes will be looking at me constantly. The longest that he's done was about 10 plus minutes. So I tested it when he was about 6 months old, how good his weight is. So I had to do the dishes. I was cooking a meal as well, but he was just sat there looking at me. And that's what you want. You want your dog to look at you for direction. So that's why we're gonna do some obedience training now. Okay. But yeah, you know, this is the only thing that I wanted to do with the vlog. I want an update of how our first week with Fuji went. Overall, I'm happy. The first 3 nights was deadly, is the word. Yeah, I was running on an hour of sleep a day, but I'm still working, as I said. So I was having constant coffee constantly, just to keep me running on the day. And it was, because since this is the first week back as well with work, so it's been so busy. But yeah, I survived. It's only gonna get easier from now on. Alright, he's snoring. He fell asleep. It's okay, bud. Yeah, so yeah, that's us for the first week with crate training and, you know, house training. Okay. Hopefully subscribe, and, you know, if you have any suggestions, if there's any topics you want covered, please comment below, and also give me a thumbs up on the this vlog. Yeah. Alright, have a good weekend.